Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you Chapter 3, Section 3 of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
S.
Ah.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Author Conan Doyle. Chapter 3, Section 3. In an office in Hall Street. Anybody bring NC? NC, said Holmes. As to the letters, he continued, glancing over them, are very commonplace. Absolutely no clue in them to Mr. Angel. That he quotes by sequence. There is one remarkable point. However, our typewritten, I remarked. Not only that, but the signature is typewritten. At the neat little Trust My Angel at the bottom, there is a date. You see, but no superscription except in Hall Street, which is rather vague. The point about the signature is very suggestive, in fact. My dear fellow. No, that was not the point. However, I shall write 2 letters, which should settle the matter. One is to a firm in the city. The other is to the young lady's stepfather, Mr. Windibank, where he could meet us here at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. As well that we should do business with the male relatives. And now, Doctor, we can do nothing until the answer as to those letters come, being called upon to fathom. Once only had I known him to fail. In the case of the King of Bohemia and of the Irene Adler photograph. But when I looked back to the weird business of the sign of fire, and the extraordinary circumstances connected with the study in scarlet, would be a strange tangle indeed which he could not unravel. I left him then, still puffing at his black clay pipe. Miss Marie Sutherland. The time of the soror. Myself free and was able to spring into a hansom and drive to Baker Street. The little mystery. I found Sherlock Holmes alone. However, half asleep, with his long, thin form curled up in the recesses of his armchair. A formidable array of bottles and test tubes at it was so dear to him. Well, I don't. Yes. Well. No. The mystery, I cried. Oh. That. I thought of the sort that I have been working upon. Any mystery in the matter. The. As I said yesterday, the details are of interest. The only drawback is that there is no law. I fear. Who was he, then, of my mouth? And Holmes had not yet opened his lips to reply, when we heard a heavy footfall in the passage and a tap at the door. This is the girl's stepfather. Mr. James Windibank, said Holmes, written to me to say that he would be here at 6. Who entered was a sturdy, middle-sized fellow, some 30 years of age, clean-shaven, and sallow-skinned, with a bland, insinuating manner, wonderfully sharp and penetrating grey eyes. Ava placed his shiny top upon the sideboard. Bo sidled down into the nearest chair. Good evening. Wiste. James Windibank, said Holmes. I think that this typewritten letter is from you. Yes. So, I am afraid that I am a little late. My own master. You know about this little matter. Wash linen of this sort in public. She came. But she is a very excitable, impulsive girl. May have noticed. Her mind on our point. Of course. Watch you. As you are not connected with the official police. Not pleasant to have a family misfortune like this noised abroad. Besides, is a useless expense. On the contrary, said Holmes quietly. Reason to believe that I will succeed in discovering Mr. Wiste. A violent start and dropped his gloves. That. It is a curious thing, remarked Holmes. As much individuality as a man's handwriting. Unless they are quite new. Two of them write exactly alike. Some letters get more worn than others. And somewhere only on one side. Anne. Of yours. Wiste. Windibanked. There are 14 other characteristics. The office. And no doubt it is a little worn, our visitor inserted. Glancing keenly at Holmes with his bright little eyes. What is really a very interesting study. Wiste. Windibank, Holmes continued. Relation to crime. Attention. I have here 4 letters which purport to come from the missing men. They are all typewritten. In each case, slurred in the first test. But you will observe. Use my magnifying lens. Wiste. Up his hat. I cannot waste time over this sort of fantastic talk. Wiste. Holmes, he said. If you can catch the man. Catch him. Certainly, said Holmes, stepping over and turning the key in the door. I let you know. Then. What? Where? Shouted Mr. Windibank, turning white his lips and glancing about him like a rat in a trap. Well, it won't, or really it won't, said suavely. Getting out of it. Wiste. Windibank. It is quite too transparent. Me to solve so simple a question. That's right. A chair. With a ghastly face and a glitter of moisture on his brow. It's not actionable, he stammered. I am very much afraid that it is not. But between ourselves. Windibanked. A trick in a petty way as ever came before me. Anne. Me just run over the course of events. His chair. With his head sunk up his breast. Utterly crushed. Holmes stuck his feet up on the corner of the mantelpiece and, leaning back with his hands in his pockets, began talking. Soft, as it seemed. Then to us. Much older than himself for her money, said he. Of the money of the daughter, as long as she lived with them, was a considerable sum. For people in their position, it would have made a serious difference. The daughter was of a good, amiable disposition, warm-hearted in her ways, advantages, and her little income on how her marriage would mean, of course, 100 a year. So what does her stepfather do to prevent it? Company of people of her own age. Not answer forever. She became restive, insisted upon her rights, announced her positive intention of going to a certain ball. Stepfather do then. His heart. With the connivance and assistance of his wife, he disguised himself, covered those keen eyes with tinted glasses, a pair of bushy whiskers, sunk that clear voice into an insinuating whisper, and doubly secure on account of the goal short sight, he appears as Mr. House, my angel. It was only a joke at first, groaned our visitor. Very likely not. However that may be. Carried away. And in France. The suspicion of treachery never for an instant entered her mind. She was flattered by the gentleman's attentions, loudly expressed admiration of her mother. Then Mr. Angel began to call. Go if a real effect were to be produced. There were meetings, an engagement, which would finally secure the girl's affections from turning towards anyone else. But the deception could not be kept up forever. France were rather cumbrous. Some time to come. Hence those vows of fidelity exacted upon a testament of the wedding. Angel. And so uncertain as to his fate. Come. At any rate, she would not listen to another man. As far as the church door he brought her, and then go no farther. At one door of a four-wheeler and out at the other was the chain of events, with assurance while Holmes had been talking, a cold sneer upon his pale face. It may be so. Matter. Wiste. Holmes said he. The law now. And not me. First. The law cannot, as you say, to choose, said Holmes, unlocking and throwing open the drawer. Punishment more. If the young lady has a brother or a friend, ought to lay up across your shoulders. Watch off, he continued, up at the sight of the bitter sneer upon the man's face. Not part of my duties to my client, but here's a hunting crop handy. To the wit of steps upon the stairs, the heavy hall door banged. Until we could see Mr. Down the road. There's a cold-blooded scoundrel, said Holmes. Often. Himself down into his chair once more. Crime until he did something very bad. And ends on a gallows. Case has, in some respects, of your reasoning, I remarked. Well, that this Mr. Housemaangel must have some strong object for his curious conduct. Incident. as far as we could see, was the stepfather. The fact that the two men were never together when the other was away was suggestive. The curious face, which both hinted at a disguise, was dead. My suspicions were all confirmed by his peculiar action in typewriting his signature. We do, of course, that she would recognize even the smallest sample of it. Isolated facts, together with many minor ones, having once spotted my men, it was easy to get corroboration. Worked. Having taken the printed description, be the result of a disguised whiskers, the glasses, the voice. I sent it to the firm, whether it answered to the description of any of their travellers. Notice the peculiarities of the typewriter. His business address asking him if he would come here. As I expected. His reply was typewritten and revealed the same trivial but characteristic defects. Puss brought me a letter from West House in Marbank, of Fenchurch Street. Say that the description tallied in every respect with that of their employee, Windybank. If I tell her, she will not believe me. The old Persian saying, there is danger for him who taketh the tiger cub. Much sense in half eyes as in Horace. To be continued.